Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. All right, that was kind of corny, but hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Renee, LOWKEY Geek here, and the Gran Turismo official trailer has finally dropped, and I've been kind of wondering more about this movie ever since I first saw the teaser. I forget where I saw that teaser from. I think it was from like a Sony press conference, like one of those state of plays that they do and all that. I think I saw the first footage revealed there. And then last week during CinemaCon, while they were talking about all their movie releases and all that, Sony, kind of mentioned more stuff about Gran Turismo, and David Harbour was there and Orlando Bloom was there talking about the movie, and they showed, I believe, this exact trailer to the audience there, and people were saying that it looked pretty interesting, and especially the story in itself is pretty interesting since it's based off of a real true story of someone who used to be a big fan of the game, who later on, I believe, won a tournament and then ended up becoming an actual race car driver. So it's based around that. So I'm very curious how this is all going to play out. Is this something that you could consider to really be a video game movie? I guess, since it is based off of a game title and all that, Gran Turismo. But we'll see what happens. Another thing that gets me really interested is that it's being directed by Neill Blomkamp, the guy who did District 9 and all that. And I feel like this poor director has fallen into a weird space where he was very well received with his first movie out of the gate and all that. And then all of the movies afterwards were kind of just like slow diminishing returns, and it would be nice to see what else he can do because he is a very talented director, and it's interesting to see that he's taking on a project like this. So without further ado, let's check out the new official trailer, full-length trailer of Gran Turismo.
Who do you think the best driver is?
Probably Rory.
I would dust him in a lap.
Okay, well, they got game footage in there. Hey, Jann Mardenborough.
Dad, you're the one that told us always do something we love.
You know what racing cars cost?
I love Jann.
Look around.
I love seeing him in anything he does. Okay, the movie itself looks very
The best
video gamey.
in the world.
Am I the only one who's seeing that?
In professional racing.
Dude, this is real.
This lead actor, I've seen him in something else before too. I just can't remember.
You're gonna take a kid who plays video games in their bedroom. You're gonna strap him to a 200-mile-an-hour rocket. It'll tear him to pieces.
Okay. Well, facts.
It's not gonna work. The guys who race are elite athletes.
But I won't stop now.
Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
Well, that's where you come in.
See, they got the drone shots already in play.
Must be a new experience for you, moving your legs.
You puked on my lawn.
There's no turning back now.
All
You're in a
right.
race. The cockpit is gonna be 100.
So it's kind of what I thought originally, that David Harbour was going to be like the coach.
What an astronaut experiences upon liftoff.
I thought Orlando Bloom was actually going to be the racer, but it looks like he's more of like the talent agent or whatever.
This whole thing is insane, but out of the couch surfing nerds that you sent me, he is the best one.
Company owner, sponsor owner.
Welcome to Team Nissan.
What's next?
Major leagues. The other drivers are going to hate you. Whoopsie.
Dude, what is your problem?
It's part of the game. It's called racing.
Rubbing's racing.
You miss a line in the game, you reset. You miss it on the track, you could die.
Ooh, that's cool.
I know this track. I've raced it 1,000 times.
Oh, they did like the Black Panther thing. Okay. Oh, nice PlayStation ad. Thanks, guys. Interesting. I definitely have some thoughts, so let's talk about it. So the first thing that really stands out is that the movie itself is very clean looking, like very digitized. It almost as if I'm watching cutscenes from the video game itself. to a certain extent, of course. I mean, it's not all full CG and all that stuff like that. Um, the trailer itself really talked more about the story, which I think is important because I think a lot of people need to know, okay, what is this movie really about? I mean, it's based off a game that all you do is race around, right? In like real cars and real tracks and everything. So what is this movie going to be about? And it's like I said before, it's about that true story about, the person who wins a tournament, racing tournament, and then becomes an actual racer, right? Gets recruited. I think it also shows a lot of the characteristics and kind of like the character building, the struggle of, an unknown person who's never done this before, never trained for this, getting into a new situation and seeing if they got the talent and the guts for it, right? You got David Harbour, who's playing that coach who is like the non-believer, trying to train this kid to become something that he's not sure he can become. And then you have Orlando Bloom, I'm being very fancy. Orlando Bloom, who is like the promoter slash sponsor slash, I don't know, team lead of, whatever team this, the kid's racing for, who is the optimistic, the guy who believes, let's try something nuts, let's try something crazy, just to get attention, to do something new, go against the grain and all that. And I believe that this could work, and then of course you got the kid who is like, starstruck and just like, oh, I can't believe this is happening to me. This is a big shot, my big shot to do something for my life or whatever. And, follow my dream of being a race car driver and and this, that. As I'm saying all this, a lot of it sounds very familiar. Like we've seen this already before. And I think it's because we have. And that's why right now, nothing is hitting me as if, oh, this is unique. This is going to be interesting. I think the thing that's really going to make this stand out is what I've heard Neill Blomkamp, the director, has done with a lot of the camera work, a lot with the editing, and a lot with the shots of the racing itself. I heard, and we saw a glimpse of it, where he's racing and then they kind of transfer into like as if he's racing at home on the video game, and then vice versa like that. But I heard about some camera angles and camera work where you see like top views and then really zooming in on like behind the wheel and making the audience feel like they're actually in the car or like they're actually playing the game. I think seeing that will make me interested in what this movie has to offer, because if there's anything this movie will, if there's anything that will draw me to this movie, it's the technical aspects of it, how he's going to film things, how he's going to portray the racing and all that. Because other than that, this could be just like any other racing movie we've gotten. Days of Thunder, you name it, we got it. Talladega Nights to a certain point. We've seen all of this stuff before. So what's going to make this stand out, right? And I think the more they lean into the technical side of things, then I think that's really what's going to draw people and interest into this movie. Because other than that, it just feels like another generic racing movie with another hope and dreams scenario being fulfilled, and people around him who are doubting and then becoming believers later on like that. I feel like that's really what we're getting right now. So yeah, so that's just me. Again, I am very curious as to what all of you think about this trailer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if this is something that you are looking forward to. I mean, it's interesting, but right now I'm not hooked yet. Of course I've played the game before, and for what it is, it's technically a very beautiful, well done game. Play wise, if you're into racing, that's for you. If you're not, then you're gonna get bored real quick. I'm kind of in the middle of all that. So I'm curious if any of you who've played the game is this something that you're excited for? Let me know all that in the comments. And then as always, thank you for tuning in and checking this video out. If you haven't done so yet and you like what you see and you want to see more, definitely hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time a new video is posted. If you want Low-Key Geek on the go, check out the Low-Key Geek podcast channel on your podcast platform of choice, where you could find audio versions of some of the things that we do here, plus our two main podcast shows, which is Movie Time with myself and Blake, The Wolf. We talk about movies and all that. And then Talking Talk, which is just unconventional podcast where I upload daily, weekly, bi-weekly, and talk about just the news topics of that time. So definitely check that out there. Lastly, if you're in a position to help further support the channel, do please check out the affiliates that we have in the description of this video. Maybe you can find something awesome for yourself or for a loved one, and by participating, you'll be helping support this channel at no additional cost to you. So for all of your support, I greatly appreciate it. That's going to be it for me for right now, or at least for this video. Until next time, stay cool, stay classy, stay safe. I will catch you all in the next one. All right, peace out, y'all.